helps, right?
Yeah,
like
there's the T-handle.
Yeah, wait a second. The right is, and then you come after right away. Is that correct?
And I'm coming, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have control of it?
I have control.
I'm releasing my rat.
Copy.
Really nicely done on the handoff and good position, Sophie. If you're stable there, then we'll hand a Neil to comms to talk to the crew inside and get in a position for egress.
Okay, Sophie, you have full control of this. Do you want me to help you move dish a little bit? Or do you want to just keep it there?
Keep it there.
Okay, Jessica, how copy?
Got you loud and clear, Neil. This first motion is going to be body right. And can you verify that the antenna itself is clear enough from you for that?
I'm clear for body right, and I can gently touch the antenna to ensure it's clear.
Okay, copy. Okay, we're starting motion body right in 3, 2, 1.
See motion, and it's good motion, and I've got clearance from the antenna. Sophie, good job keeping it stable.
Yeah.
All right, and now we're going to start that motion body in.
Wait
in 3, 2, 1.
Stop 1 second.
Stopping motion.
Sophie, if I go body in, I'm going to hit this antenna. Are you able to bring it towards you?
Like this? I think it's the limit because otherwise I'm close to the trunnion pin right now.
Okay. Jessica, can we go body right 20 more centimeters?
Stand by. All right, Anil, we'll bring you body right 20 more centimeters. 3, 2, 1.
I see motion, good motion. It's going to give me clearances. Okay, Jessica, that's enough. We can go body forward.
I don't know. We can come in up to 1.5 meters. Do you have an estimate, or do you want to call the stop?
I will go 3, 2, 1 ramp out if I feel like we're close enough. So let's do the whole 1.5 meters. I think we might need it.
Okay, we copy. Starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
I've got clearances from the antenna. I've got good clearances from the antenna. And I'm watching my crew lock bag as well. Ian, you're clearing the antenna now?
I'm sorry, I cannot help with clearances.
It's okay, you're doing great.
Half a meter remaining.
See, my crew lock bag is clear of the antenna. Ramp out in 3, 2, 1, ramp out.
Okay, we've stopped motion.
Stop GCA. GCA complete.
All right, copy. GCA complete. So you ready for us to put brakes on so you can egress?
Ready for brakes on and egress.
Brakes are on. You go for egress.
Go for egress.
Okay, nice job. Sophie, nice job keeping the SCANT still. For Anil, you're going to be egressing and coming down the boom. As you come down the boom, a good position might be to go heads nadir and then go down handrail 2, which is the aft handrail, the long handrail. And then I'll talk you on to a good position when you get down there. But generally, you're going to stay port of the SCANT.
Said head nadir. You want me to go head nadir?
Yeah, I think as you move in position.
Did I copy that?
Yeah, I think as you move into position, obviously you decide, but as you move into position, if you go head nadir and come straight down the boom, the short handrails 3 and 4 where you're egressing, then you're going to go down handrail 2, which is on the aft side, and then we're going to walk you all the way down to Z1 into a position on the port side of the SCAN.
Stand by. Break right. The antenna is moving. Anil, are you still ready?
I am not ready. I think it's possible to head nadir. I put my crew lock bag into it.
Okay, but now it's just becoming like tougher to control. So just try to be as close as you can to the boom.
Yep, and Anil, if you need to reposition back and check what's coming in contact, you can also move over to the port side of the boom and try coming down on that side.
Oh, I see. I think it was your crew lock bag.
Yeah, I think it was the crew lock bag.
Okay.
I think I just have to go feet nadir to avoid it. And I'm repositioning a little more aft, slowly.
All right, nice job on getting off the arm there,
I've got
Neil.
good eyes on everything.
And I see your feet coming down. If you put your feet just forward, you're going to be staring at handrail 6058. That's a good one to hold on to. 6051 to orient you, or sorry, 6050 is the one that's pointing direct aft. That's where one of the long duration tie down tethers are going to go. We're going to do this tie down very deliberately. As you know, when we do these tie downs, we don't know if it's going to be weeks, months, or years. And so the biggest thing is we need to make sure that this is in a safe config. So if you can both be very deliberate on where things are going and calling out any issues that you see. Also be aware that Anil's tether is in a very non-standard config, so not something that we're used to. Make sure that we're not tacking him down alongside the SCAN.
Right now I see your reel, Anil, going on your right shoulder.
I see it, Sophie.
Okay.
And Anil, if you need to do a rich man's fair lead onto the boom, that might keep it clear of the SCAN, but your call.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Or if you want to do a 4-man tail lead, you see on your left shoulder there is VH36, and then right.
I got it fixed right now.
Well, you are. Yeah. So break. Go for it.
All right, Anil, that's a good handrail to come down on.
Again.
Okay, so as you get into position, you're going to have a lot of room to just kind of keep your feet on the port side. Just take a double check of your crew lock bag, make sure that's not going to get in the way. I'll talk you through the tethers one by one, but big picture, we're going to have the dish is going to be facing aft. We're going to put one tether is going to go from Anil to Sophie wrapped around a handrail and back to Anil to clip, and then we're going to put a second long duration tie down tether down by the agate handrails. So for Anil, when you're ready to get into a position, I'm going to have you holding on to handrail 6050, which is the aft-facing handrail that's just over the lip to your right side.
In front of my eyes.
Okay, I see it. Going down there, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I need to relocate my.
Yeah, and we need to have a plan for.
This is Mission Control Houston. We have now reached the 4-hour mark in today's spacewalk by Anil Menon and Sophie Adno. They are in the process of conducting what is called a long-duration tie-down of the failed space-to-ground antenna that was removed from its boom on the Z1 truss a short time ago. This will ensure that the failed antenna is in a safe configuration for some period of time until it can be dispositioned to be installed on a stowage platform on the Port 3 truss of the International Space Station. Meanwhile, flight controllers here under the direction of Chris Dobbins currently evaluating the time remaining in today's spacewalk in order to determine whether or not we address the spare space-to-ground antenna and whether time permits its installation into the now empty boom on the Z1 truss.
Over the edge is 6050.
Yeah, I got 6050.
Phenomenal. Right in front of you, there's a long-duration tie-down tether on Sophie's MWS. We need to grab one hook of either of those, and that hook is going to go to the wine glass stanchion on your side, Anil, of that 6050.
All right. So if I could give you some advice, no, take the one that is attached to the hook, the one that is closest to the trunnion.
I'm going to take them. You want me to take this one?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
And I'm not sure exactly how they're daisy chained, but if you end up with both, Anil, that's fine. You guys are going to be in the same place when you use the second one.
So he has one hook.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to put it on your right.
I'm going for that right now.
Yeah.
Yep, or the other thing you can do is release. We're going to end up using probably the max pole of this long-duration tie-down tether, so if you want to just right now undo that wire tie and release all the slack on that long-duration tie-down tether and then put the other hook on the port stanchion, that works too.
I'd rather give some leeway between Anil and I, just because with the antenna it's kind of tricky.
Okay, yep, however you guys like to do it.
Up. Right, and I'm about 5 seconds away from having that long duration tie down tether. That wine glass extension on 6050 is on now.
All right, nice job. Now you can just kind of tend that out of the way, and the next thing you guys are going to work together to get the SGANT antenna faced aft. Take a good look at your tools and tethers and make sure that there's nothing in the way. And you're going to lay down that SGANT antenna, and then what's going to happen, we're going to hold it right against Z1, and Anil, the tether, that's the long-duration tie-down tether on your side, we're going to pass it over to Sophie. She's going to wrap it around 6051, and she's going to pass it back to you, and you're going to hook it back to that same stanchion or to itself.
I should start loosening it now so I could pass it to her then. Do you agree?
Yeah, that's a good plan, because then once I give you the antenna, then you're going to stabilize the antenna.
Okay, you should be able to pull that and it'll just come loose.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. All right.
So, but you need to put your link tether and effector kind of more port of this extension. That, like, you're sure you're always saying port.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Anil, you may lose access to 6050 once we move the antenna. Now, we can always move the antenna and grab it if you need to, but there is a handrail that should be by your right quad, which is handrail 6058 that you might be able to use.
Okay, I think I'll relocate from there. That gives me a port movement plane. All right, I'll be there in 1 sec, Sophie.
Yeah, no worries. Once I give you the antenna, I'm going to take a second to adjust my TCV. Yeah, that's great. Great location.
All right.
Maybe the other one to the VH36, the end effector, which is the small one on your left hand. Job.
I'm going to put it, see, the antenna's going exactly my way, so I'm going to move right here. I think I'm going no end effector, and we'll just, you can pass it to the
Okay.
some point. Maybe I'll put it right here.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
All right, and Anil, I do
I'm ready.
recommend at this
Okay.
time to take off that wire tie
So,
and
where-
open up the long duration tie down tether and release all that slack.
Wire tie is off, and slack is now released.
I see it. Nice job. And at this point, you guys can talk to each other to get the S-scan into the tie-down position. Cuff page 10 is basically it, but we're going to lay it as flat to Z1 as we can. And the one thing is that rears, that box right below the T-handles, the rears is also going to be just aft of Z1, and that'll enable the gimbals to be kind of flat on Z1 for the long-duration tie-down tethers.
Copy that. That all
Copy that.
makes sense to me. I got to get a hold of it, Sophie, and we've got to rotate it this way.
Rotate it, and how, like, what's the plan? So the idea would be that you reach the other key handle.
I think I could go low here, and then, and by low I mean nadir, and then if I can get the T-handle, I can stabilize, and you can guide so we don't hit anything. I have control.
You have control.
Okay.
And now I'm going to help rotate this.
I think this is working.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All you have to do is push that agate handle towards the boom.
Yeah.
I wonder if I should be wedded to this right now. You're tugging on it.
Yeah. But it's going to be better because we will rotate this thing. So.
You don't necessarily have to rotate it, do you?
Well, we will, because it has to go dish facing you, basically, right now. Let me remove my DRT. Give me a sec.
All right, when you said rotate, I thought you meant turn it around to dish axis. Yeah, I'm on the same page as you. The dish needs to go aft.
Yeah. So I'm going to take care of the agate handle.
You might want to...
Okay?
You might want to do a ret swap and put a ret at the agate handle so you're at that end.
Yeah.
And I can release you at this end.
I was going to use the AET from the agate handle, if I can, I need to rotate it further.
Okay. Your end effector might be limiting your motion.
Yep. Let me just... All right.
Yeah, nice job working together on this one. Once it moves a little bit aft, as soon as the rears pokes over the aft side of Z1, then it's going to be in a good position.
I need to have it towards you because right now I cannot even touch the, make the...
This is Mission Control Houston, 4 hours, 11 minutes into today's spacewalk. Anil Menon and Sophie Adno continue to work with each other to complete the long-duration tie-down of the failed space-to-ground antenna that was removed from its boom on the Z1 truss a short time ago. The time required to demate electrical connectors and to undo bolts holding this antenna in place on the Z1 truss will now prevent any ability to take the spare space-to-ground antenna out of its stowage platform on the P3 truss of the station and install it during today's spacewalk. We simply ran too far behind in the timeline to enable time available to complete the installation today, at least, of the spare space-to-ground antenna. How we proceed downstream in prioritizing the tasks associated with next Tuesday's spacewalk and whether or not the installation of the spare space-to-ground antenna becomes part of next Tuesday's spacewalk activities, yet to be determined.
Yeah, it has a ratchet. It has a working tab right now.
Okay, in that case, you can release your RET from that. That's a legal spot for your ratchet without a tether.
Wait, I have my VRT, sorry, RET, so I'm going to use my VRT RET, even easier. But okay. I have a local, but I am very unstable where I am, so... Right.
Doing great, Soph.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing great. I know this is a little bit of a new work site and a weird config, but keep working through it. We're very close to getting this tied down. Ground is happy with the work you're doing, so just keep marching forward.
And well, Sophie's working that. I'll just give you what I think my plan is to get this dish facing aft. It's to rotate the agate handle towards the boom, and then I think I can go body nadir to get this dish in the rear part of it past the aft part of Z1, and I think I can do that all from this particular position.
All right.
Got it?
I've got, I've got a RET, which is on the AET of the agate handle. Is that good enough?
I think it
Yes,
is for
we are
sure to
happy with
end.
Okay.
Good problem solving on that one.
So now I'm gonna
release your rat.
yeah, standby one. I need to unlock it. It is unlocked and I'm ready to receive it.
Coming.
Got it. Okay.
All right, if you're squared away, what we're going to do is move that boom, the agate handle zenith and port. And
Copy. Zenith and port. I'm in march.
That's the right direction. Good direction. Now a little port. That thing port. There you go. Good direction. Now we just need to lay it flat. I'm going to get out of the way here. And the rear is past the aft side of
And for
V1,
orientation,
so all I need to do is get out of the way.
The one thing that matters is that the gimbal locks are, either one of them is faced zenith up.
Okay, I'm holding the agate handle and that you're moving Anil. I see you're clear of the T handle. So with your, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Great job, Anil.
And now I can hold it in place stably while you put those long duration tie down tethers on, okay?
Yes.
All right,
so I
for
have
the
one
first tether,
end
we like that
here.
position. Nicely done. If Anil, if you can take the tether that's on your side of 6050 and pass it over the S-Gant to Sophie. The one thing is that we need to make sure that the long duration tie down tether is routed in between the gimbal lock bolts.
So I'm sending it to you. Do you see this hook that is coming? 1, 2, 3.
And coming into a handover.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. See it coming, Anil?
I see it coming.
Okay.
But I've got a hand on the S-Gant. You got that? I'm going to relocate my end effector, okay?
Copy. This one is a good spot.
And we're back with you after handover.
See?
And can you guys give us some words on where the long duration tie down tether is router, what you guys are working right now?
You give her those words and I'll get my end effector.
Yeah, sure. So right now, Anil is just repositioning that he can give me this long duration tie down. And for now, there's no long duration tie down. It is only stabilized by my hands and the red that is on my mini workstation. That's all we got for now.
Okay, and I'm seeing bolts Fox and Golf. They look like they're facing you. When you do the long duration tie down tethers, just make sure that those are facing zenith. Either one of them can be facing zenith.
Copy. Fox and Golf facing zenith. That's the plan because it's the only one. It would be like slick on the
yeah, it doesn't have to be that one. It could be the one on the other side. We just need a gimbal lock facing zenith.
Yep, that's going to be the case.
Okay, I've got the long duration tie down tether. I'm in a good position.
Yeah.
Sophie, I was working, so I didn't track all that, but just tell me what to do next.
So now I need you to hold the T handle, the T bar, or the rear plate.
Okay, I've got the T handle.
Yeah. And also send me your long duration tie down, and I'm going to put around 6051.
When you say my long duration tie down tether, do you mean
the one that you have in your, like, close to your helmet?
Yeah, so Anil, the tether that you have on your side on 6050, it's got to go over the S-Gant This strap needs to go in between gimbal lock bolts. Then Sophie's just going to loop it around 6051 and hand it back to you. And then you'll need to clip it either to the wine glass stanchion on 6050, or you can clip it to the D-ring on itself.
Okay. Sophie, that?
It's in work.
Okay.
Okay, it is right now looped around 6051. Or some twists on the cape on the long duration tie down, but does it reach?
Yes, it will reach.
You see?
Yep, it should reach all the way back as long as it's all the way released. It'll reach back, and you may need to kind of move the scant so that it can fully reach. Twists are okay. The one thing you want to think about is if you're twisting next to where we're going to tighten it, you don't want to get a twist into the actual mechanism of the long duration tie down tether.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so now we are, we need to put those straps above hooks and bolts.
Yeah, I'm supposed to put this on the handrail though, right?
Yeah, it can go back to the handrail or it can go back to itself.
Itself. The hook, but there's not enough.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I see why. Because it was looped around once. See that?
Okay, maybe take a look under
Under
the
the
S-cant
antenna?
to see if it's caught on something, and make sure that the full rears is aft of the Z1 platform.
Full rears is aft. And long duration tie down tether is fully loose.
Yeah, that's better. I can give you more. The one thing is that we want to be above hooks and gulfs.
One of the wire ties is in a...
Yep. So you guys mentioned that the rears was aft of the Z1 platform. Make sure that it's not very aft. Like the rear should almost be up against 6050 on the aft side of Z1.
Yeah, it is on the aft side of 6051, so that is really good. The one thing that we need to correct right now is that it would need to go above hooks and gulfs, but in work. Neil is working on his side.
Okay, it's maximum relief here.
Okay, can you grab this, put it above hooks and gulfs? Like aft side of hooks and gulfs?
When you say grab this,
grab this strap.
Okay.
And yes, exactly. And
there it is.
That's it. And now I'm going to give this to you, and I think, wait, it needs again to be above, and I think that you would have enough. Thanks. To go back.
That did the trick, and I think we're going to just done. We're in.
Good, nice work, you guys.
Got about an inch to spare.
Yeah. Just for your information, it goes to Z8.
This is Mission Control Houston, 4 hours, 24 minutes into today's spacewalk. Menon and Adno wrapping up the long-duration tie-down of the failed space-to-ground antenna near its original parking place on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station. It will not be moved to its permanent stowage location on the P3 truss since the crew members ran behind time-wise in removing electrical connectors and bolts earlier in today's spacewalk that sent them behind in the overall timeline. We do not expect to remove the replacement space-to-ground antenna from the spare parts platform on ESP3, the external stowage platform number 3 on the P3 truss. We may go over there if time permits just to take a quick look at the antenna, maybe break torque on a couple of bolts just as a get-ahead, but that remains to be seen. Flight Director Chris Dobbins evaluating the time with the lead spacewalk officer, Sandy Fletcher, in determining what our next course of action will be. However, the spare space-to-ground antenna will not be installed during today's spacewalk because of time constraints.
Second long-duration tie-down tether is going to go to the forward wine glass stanchion on ZH-36 and the forward wine glass stanchion on 6051, and it needs to go through an agate handrail, so it's going to be a real short distance.
Copy. Anil, I'm going to give this to you.
Okay.
One end, and you can work on this. It is attached to me right now, but either you ret or you put on the stanchion already.
I could put it direct to the stanchion.
Yeah, that's great. And then I'm giving you the other as soon as you tell me it's on the stanchion.
It's on the stanchion.
Copy. I'm going to give you the other one.
Yep, and Sophie, if you want to keep that one, you can just reach up and put it through an agate handrail.
Yeah, but I really need to adjust my TCV, sorry. I'm just giving this so that, and you can do the first step, but I really need to do something right now.
Okay, yeah, please do that. So you can let, and he's got it attached, so you can just let it go as well.
It is, and now,
Okay, and want to talk me through this? So if he's getting set up.
Yeah, definitely. Just a couple words for Sophie. Reminder that if you're trying to go warmer, go to lower numbers. If you're trying to go colder, go to higher numbers. If you're cold, reminder that you've got glove heaters as well.
yes, I am cold, so I'm going to go to, right now I'm 7, I'm going to go to 5.
Okay, that's a good plan. And if you'd like your glove heaters, you have those available to you too. For Anil, that long duration tie down tether is going to go from ZH-36 underneath an agate handrail, and then over to Sophie's side, it's going to go on the forward side of 6051.
It just needs to go under one agate handrail?
That's correct.
Okay.
If you need it to go under more, it's fine. It just needs a minimum of one.
Okay.
And the idea that the tether is going to be over the top of the central boom of the S-Gant. So over the top of it, but underneath at least one of the agate handrails.
Yep. We'll get it ready for Sophie.
Okay, TCV is 5 and glove heaters are on.
Copy TCV 5 for EV2.
All right, Sophie, this has gone through an agate handrail.
Yes.
And take your time getting situated.
I'm ready.
Okay, there you go.
I've got it.
All right,
so
that's going on the aft side of 6051. And the next step after that's going to be to tighten it.
Oh, you mean the hook is attached to?
Yes, that's correct. So
But
this is going hook to hook. So one side's on Anil's, and yours is the hook is going to be the Z1 6051 forward stanchion. And just want to check that long duration tie down tether. It looks like it's going underneath the S-Gant. We want that to actually go over the S-Gant, but underneath one agate handrail.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
yeah,
that.
this is what I thought it was. Yeah. So.
I got it. I understand.
I can grab it from here if you pass it through. Yep.
Yeah, we like
got
that
it through
config.
2 agate handrails. How about I hold it right here, Sophie?
Yeah.
You go.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to give it back to you, and I'll slightly...
Got it?
Yeah, you got it? And now, slightly lift this. Does you see the handrails? Where it goes? Right here. The one
I see it.
there.
It's there.
The one right in front of the gimbal. Yeah, the other gimbal.
Yeah,
Right.
good words. Okay, so for right now, we just need to cinch this up really strong. So first, we want to really double check those hooks to make sure that the gates are fully closed on those wine glass stanchions. Then we want to tighten the long duration tie down tethers and set it to low profile. You can move the S-gant around a little bit. We want to make sure it's pretty solid against the top of Z1.
And Anil, given the location of the hook, if you give me the strap...
This is Mission Control Houston, 4 hours 31 minutes into the spacewalk by Anil Menon and Sophie Adeno. The failed space-to-ground antenna, which began to exhibit degraded performance in being able to track NASA's Tracking and Data Relay satellites, constellation of satellites late last year. That failed antenna has been removed from its boom on the Z1 truss of the station as Menon and Adeno are in the home stretch of tying it down, what is called a long-duration tie-down, using a series of tethers. It is being tied down on the truss of the station near its operational point at the Z1 truss. What we will not be performing today is the installation of the spare space-to-ground antenna because the crew members ran behind earlier in today's spacewalk due to the time that was required to remove electrical connectors and bolts regarding the failed antenna that held the antenna in place on the boom.
Okay, here it is.
This one, yeah.
The team is currently looking at perhaps one or two get-ahead tasks just to take advantage of the time outside of the void of space today. But the work to install the replacement space-to-ground antenna to restore full redundancy in the high data rate communications capability for the International Space Station will wait for another day. There will be some meetings that will be held to determine the priorities and the further course of action coming up on next Tuesday's spacewalk and other activities associated with downstream spacewalks.
Make sure this twist doesn't go through.
Yes. Well, I'm going to turn it before and actually pass this excess of strap under.
Really nice work on those. I know long duration tie down tethers aren't the most fun, but you guys are making it look fun. So if you can make sure that we get it real tight, and then if you take the S-scan and just imagine forces in any direction, we want to make sure there's no wiggle in it. So making sure it's really nice and firmly down there.
Understood.
Okay, I'm going to fix the twist from under. Okay, pulling again. Okay, it's booked. Go back. Okay, it's not cinching. Can you open
I'll
the
open it.
Velcro stuff?
Yep.
And based on that angle, it may actually be more of a zenith pull to tighten it instead of over towards Sophie. I don't know if that would make any difference.
Let's see. Let me try.
I think Anne's right.
Yeah.
Pull it more There we go.
Okay, right where it's
done.
okay.
Got a little bit of a turn in it, but it's pretty tight actually.
Yeah.
Like when I look at this side, it's got like
I can.
quarter-inch play in it, maybe on the agate side. Do you want this end like immovable or?
I think if we tighten this one, it's going to be enough.
Well, that's pretty tight on that end.
Yeah, that end is really tight.
Yeah, and we're looking and listening. You may want to also iteratively tighten with the other one, and then keep doing those wiggle tests. Best effort, but if really want to make sure that this is secure and won't twist or pull with forces.
Okay, I can help by just pinching like this, and you...
We need to untwist it first. I think that's lesson learned. This one right here.
Yes.
See if you can rotate it.
Yeah. This one is going to be... Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
There you go.
Yeah. You can start pulling right there, or do you want me to pull my direction?
So you see, I'll pull as much as I can. Good pull. Good pull.
Yeah. Maybe I can cinch this one again.
Or
no, it doesn't work. End of it. Okay.
10 seconds to a handover. What you guys are doing is great.
it's pretty secure, Sophie. What do you think?
Yeah, I think. One more here. What do you think?
It's pretty good. And are you with us?
I am back with you. Audio, no video.
Okay. I think we've got it max tightened. Because of the long duration tie down tether conformation, there's probably like maybe quarter-inch movement capability in it if you apply direct force. If you wanted it tighter than that, I would recommend putting like an AET.
Yeah, I get the AET right here.
Okay.
So
and then tying that down to a handrail on either side of the agate handle, and then.
Copy. And since it has also two tether points, can you check that I can remove my ret? Because I think it also is like force. And also the report. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, you guys can stand by for 1 second while we talk about it, so you can give your hands a rest.
Copy.
We're still chatting about some things. You guys take the opportunity to relax your hands and enjoy the view for a sec.
Nice. The view is Anil. I enjoy.
See if I can get my camera for you.
Oh yeah, I can do that too. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, for the SCANT tie down, good news is we're super happy with the tie down. That was really excellent work with those tethers. I know it's not easy. One of the NZGLs looks like it popped off on that failed SCANT. We're wondering if you can take a look and attempt to reattach it.
I'll do that.
Okay. By the way, I'm going to go to release my RET. And do you want us to put the extra AET to...
We do not need the extra AET,
yep.
And you are go to release your RET.
Okay. So the extra AET is going to go on my mini workstation and work.
Copy. And one suggestion is, Sophie, if you want to stay there and work that NZGL, Anil, you can start moving back up toward the arm.
Okay.
Unless the NZGL on your side and it's easier access, up to you guys.
Yeah, that's what I see what you're saying. No, it's Sophie's got direct access to that. So I'm moving up to the arm.
Copy. And Anil, when you get up there, if you wouldn't do us a favor and just look back down at that whole work site for a HECA scan, that would give us a really good top-down view of the tie-down.
Okay, I'll do a HECA and take a couple photos.
Copy. So, Sophie, we'd love you to take care of that NZGL, and then when you have time, either before or after, a glove and hab check.
Okay. I'm just taking care of my share lead, which went away.
This is Mission Control Houston, 4 hours, 44 minutes into today's spacewalk. Anil Menon and Sophie Adno, they are in the process of cleaning up the work site on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station after having removed a failed space-to-ground antenna from that work site. That antenna having experienced a degradation of performance last November, rendering it unable to properly track NASA's Tracking and Data Relay Satellite System constellation of satellites. That antenna, which was removed, has now been tied down in a safe configuration on the truss of the station for future disposition. You're looking at the operational space-to-ground antenna, that's SCANT number 1, that remains on the Z1 truss. Time simply got away from the crew today. They spent a longer period of time than had been expected in locking down some locking pins called gimbal bolts onto the failed space-to-ground antenna to prevent its inadvertent motion during its transport. That, coupled with the time required to demate electrical connectors and other pieces of hardware, put them quite a bit behind the timeline today, and as a result, the net effect was that we are not going to pursue the installation of the spare space-to-ground antenna, which lives out on the external stowage platform number 3 on the P3 truss of the International Outpost. That will be deferred to another day. Future discussions will be held to prioritize tasks associated with next Tuesday's spacewalk and to determine whether or not we pursue the failed or the replacement space-scanned activities next Tuesday, or wait for another day to take that task under consideration. So it was not unexpected that the crew might run into a longer period of time required to get that failed space-to-ground antenna off of the boom. That had been anticipated all along, and it did turn out to be the case today. The operational antenna is there very clearly in the field of view. A series of radiators that dispel heat from the station systems serving as a backdrop for Menon and Adno as they complete a few additional steps in tying down the systems associated with the boom that the failed antenna resided on.
And the MLI on the buckle.
And Sophie, just confirm, I heard you say made it over center. Are you talking the NZGL by your right hand?
Oh, I was talking about the other one. The one that was fully demated. Yeah, that's true. This one was also demated, like not never over.
The flight control team here is currently determining whether or not we will pursue a few get-ahead tasks and what those tasks would be to take advantage of the crew's time outside. Today's spacewalk began at 7:29 a.m. Central Time, 8:29 a.m. Eastern Time, and has resulted in the removal of the failed space-to-ground antenna, which has been tied down in what is called a long-duration tie-down configuration, but a very safe configuration for that antenna on the truss of the International Space Station.
Yeah, acting.
Small one is aft, over center.
Yeah, they were aft.
Connected.
Connected, yeah.
Okay, for Sophie, please continue the long-duration tie-down tether cleanup. We're still talking about the NZGLs, and then a nice slow HECA scans as you move around, cleaning up those tethers, and we'll hand the comm back to Anil. And Anil, you are back to the phase 1 to get out of the arm.
Okay. Picking up comm. Jessica, how copy?
With you, Anil, we are ready to get the arm back in motion. We're going to take brakes off and get set up.
Sounds great.
That was Jessica Meir at the robotics workstation inside the station as she works with Jack Hathaway, about to maneuver Menon away from the work site. He is still at the end of the station's robotic arm and a portable foot restraint.
Starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
See motion, good motion.
I should have given you the rush end. It's really annoying.
You could drop it in the MRU.
Yeah, this is my plan, but for now, I'm need to work on the MLI.
Okay. And I did see a long duration tie down tether that wasn't closed on the on my side, and you can go over the top of the adjet to get it.
Yeah. This was indeed my plan.
Right now, we're going to start motion body right in 3, 2, 1.
Motion, good motion, Jessica.
Now we're going to bring you body up. Sorry, body down.
Copy.
Now this is the Z1 back-off position. We're going to get set up for your JoeCast ESP3.
And for all crew, we are going back to phase 1, so we're going to the APFR egress position.
Copy egress.
Okay, we copy. We're going to the APFR egress position.
So for big picture, to sync folks up, Sophie, we got you cleaning up that work site. We want to make sure that it is in a really good configuration to be out there for a while. So what you're doing is really important. We need those straps tied down. We need the MLI over the buckles and the wire ties on. We need a really good HECA scan, and then we'll be having you scan, including the dish, as much as you can. And then we'll be having you clean up the bag. For Anil, we're going to be GCAing you over to the APFR egress position and doing a swap back onto your regular tether and cleaning up the arm. And from there, we'll make a call on get-aheads.
Copy, and thank you. I've got a good photo range of all of this. I'm just kind of blanketing the area. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to target.
And Anil, we appreciate those scans. We got what we need from that. We're actually going to power it down just for heat. And one go back for you, Sophie. We are going to take a look at that NZGL that you noticed the back shell's back. We're basically going to have you demate it and remate it and see if we can't get that over center. And then we may need to do a wire tie.
Copy.
Anil, on your go, we will start the JoeCast to the intermediate position and then another one to APFR back off.
Here we go for me.
We'll be starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are approaching the 5-hour mark in today's spacewalk. As previously mentioned, the forward plan now calls for Neil Menon at the end of the station's robotic arm, as you see here in this view, wearing the suit with the red stripes. Menon is being maneuvered back to a position in which he will get out of the portable foot restraint, stow that portable foot restraint, and the arm will be parked in its overnight park position where it began the day. There is some additional cleanup work, gathering tools and tethers, and we'll see whether or not time permits a couple of get-aheads, perhaps a swab of microorganisms from one of the modules near the Quest airlock, and possibly a swap of portable foot restraints along the Z1 truss of the International Space Station. The failed space-to-ground antenna was removed and tied down in a safe configuration near its parking place, normally, on the Z1 truss. However, time will not permit the retrieval and installation of the replacement space-to-ground antenna, which will remain in a safe configuration, a safe slot in external stowage platform number 3 on the port truss of the International Space Station. It will be installed on a future spacewalk. Just when that will happen will be a matter of discussion by NASA managers and flight controllers.
Okay, so for that wire tie, basically what we want to do is we want to prevent thermal loading to the inside of that cable, since we will be coming out at some point and touching this again. So we want you to have it kind of in that half-connected position that you had it, and then use a wire tie. Be creative to somehow pull that connector down onto the other side of the connector, and so that it just stays touching and stays mated.
Still starting motion in 3, 2, 1 for the next maneuver.
Ready for motion.
Understood, M. Now retrieving the wire tie from my BRT to start wire tie up on the NVGL.
Okay, copy, and you can put that through the bail if that's easiest.
Okay.
This is Mission Control Houston as the International Space Station flies over the rainforest of Brazil. A good view of Neil Menon riding at the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm with Sophie Adno not far behind as they make their way back toward the final work site of today's spacewalk. Time will determine whether or not we do have, in fact, the time to take a swab sample of microorganisms from one of the modules near the Quest airlock. On the left side of your screen is the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft that will return the Crew 12 crew on board the station, Jessica Meir, Jack Hathaway, Andrei Fedyaev, and Sophie Adeno. They'll be returning to Earth in the next several weeks to complete their long-duration mission on board the International Space Station.
And so if we still don't have Heka, once you do have that wire tie on, if you have a camera with you, if you wouldn't mind snapping a bunch of photos of that whole area, it'd be great.
Copy, will do. I'm just adjusting my body position right now. Working on the wire tie. So. Doesn't really go through. The wire tie is too thick. This NZGL, the gap between the bail, the lever, and the body of the NZGL itself is very thin.
Yeah, you may have to pinch it
So,
if you can. Pinch it and make it small, or if you have if you think a long one would work with a smaller loop. But pinching that loop is
no,
small, but...
Yeah, it's not the loop. The loop is already in.
Oh,
It's a white plastic thing that is kind of protecting the free end. And this one doesn't go through, so I'm trying again. So yeah,
Okay.
the risk is that this white thing is going to go apart, and then once it's apart, then it's going to expose one sharp edge.
Okay, yeah, just best effort on however you think it can hold it to not disconnect.
Okay. Yeah, I've got an idea, and that will be good.
And now we're getting set up to bring you to the APFR egress position. Stand by.
In the back.
And Sophie, if you can take the free end of that wire tie around the agate handrail with 3 twists, then we're happy with that config.
Copy, in work. That was exactly my plan.
Copy and thanks. And that AET that was on the agate handrail, did you pick that up? Or is that still on the handrail?
No, I did pick that up, according to what I understood, was the sun, right?
Yep, no, that's exactly correct. We're just making sure.
Okay.
And I've reduced my TCV to 5.
Copy, TCV to 5 for EV1.
And now are you ready for the GCA to the published egress position? That'll just be coming station aft. So where are you ingress?
Go to publish.
Okay, copy. We're starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
I see motion, good motion. Got good clearances here, and I know you have an orthogonal view, but I can also give you New space.
Okay, 3 house twists done, and I'm removing my ret. I think it's not going to move.
Okay, we copy. All right, you have happy people down here. Well done, Sophie.
Okay, I need to work on the other MLI though, and take a few pictures before I change location. And glove heaters are off OSS for Sophie.
And sorry, say again, Sophie?
Glove heaters are off OSS.
Copy, glove heaters
Gonna
off.
wrap out.
Working will warm you right up.
Ramping out, we are at the published.
Good, and I believe the NG stop GCA. GCA complete.
Extra on, Anil. You can go to egress.
What do you guess?
All right, Anil, you will egress and then temp stow the bag as desired. And then we're going to be cleaning up the arm with your safety tether swap being the first thing. For Sophie, I see you doing some pictures. Definitely need some pictures of that area. And then can you confirm for us the configuration of the buckle on the aft long duration tie down tether, the one that was on Anil's side? Did we get the MLI and the wire tie on that one?
Not yet in work. It's just wanted to take the picture before I leave this workspace.
Okay, copy. We got you going over to the other side.
Yeah.
And Anil, once you're in a good position and ready to work the tether steps, we'll take the comm over and I'll walk you through that, including when you have your waist tether down.
Look at that, Ann.
Copy, and for both of you, the plan after we get the Z1 work site cleaned up and Anil's arm cleaned up and reconfigured is to work the APFR relocate task together. So we'll be grabbing the ESP2 with, or APFR rather, and coming up to Z1 to do the swap.
Copy.
And you said to put the bag down. Did you want me to leave the crew lock bag on the truck? Or am I bundling
Checking.
it with the APFR?
Yes, bundling it to the APFR is fine.
Where is it going next? Because if it's going close by, I'll do the quick bundle that we discussed. If it's going far, I'll do a really solid bundle.
Yeah, so you're going to be taking that APFR to the port CETA cart. So you can look over to your left and see it right there. So it's up to you if you want to do the bundle on the APFR and take it with you and then bring it back, or if you want to just temp stow it on the truss.
Okay, I'm going to temp stow it.
Copy. And Sophie, as you get set up over there, it looks like your hands are empty for a sec. If we could get a glove and hap check, please.
Okay, and rock bags on the truck.
Okay, copy. And are you ready for your tether swap steps?
Ready for tether swap.
And for Sophie, hap is dry. And gloves in work. And there.
Okay, copy. And Sophie, you can head up to the medium ORU bag and clean that up.
Yeah, I still need to work on the MLI, but I'm going to remove the ratchet wrench from my mini workstation because it's really annoying.
Okay,
And
and
put
then
it
you're
into
going
the
to
medium ORU bag.
That's great. And then we have you going down to the other long duration tie-down tether to clean that up. And I'll take the comm with the nail for the tether swap.
Copy.
Okay, for Anil, with your waist tether down, you're going to retrieve your green hook from the NTA vertical handrail and attach it to your red tether reel.
Good work. Locking the green reel. Green hook is on the red reel and locked. I'm unlocking the green reel.
Copy. The green hook is on the red reel, and the green reel is unlocked. You can then release your yellow hook. You can release your yellow hook from the SSRMS and attach it to the green tether reel, also checking gate and hook.
This is Mission Control Houston, 5 hours, 15 minutes into today's spacewalk. Anil Menon and Sophie Adno are in the home stretch of today's excursion, the 282nd spacewalk in support of ISS assembly, maintenance, and upgrades. This was the 5th spacewalk conducted out of the International Space Station this year, the 2nd for Expedition 75 crew members, the 2nd for Menon, and the 1st for Adno, who today became the first French woman to conduct an extravehicular activity. You see Menon with the suit and the red stripes there in the field of view. He has conducted the work today as EV1, or extravehicular crew member number 1. Adno, alongside him, has been EV2, the unmarked suit, with no visible markings on that suit. Extravehicular crew member number 2. The crew began their spacewalk placing their suits on battery power at 7:29 a.m. Central Time, 8:29 a.m. Eastern Time.
Copy, thanks. And if that long duration tie down,
the major activity for today was the removal of a failed space-to-ground antenna on the Z1 truss of the station. There are 2 such antennas that sit side by side to provide redundancy for high data rate communications through NASA's Tracking and Data Relay satellite system. The crew ran into some time constraints. It took longer than expected for them to install locking pins on the failed antenna that first encountered swiveling or gimbaling problems to track the TDRS network satellites last November. They also spent more time than had been anticipated in demating electrical connectors on the boom that the failed antenna resided on the Z1 truss. Because it took much more time than had been expected to get the failed antenna removed, the decision was made to tie the antenna down with tethers right there on the truss of the space station in a safe configuration, but not to pursue the installation of the spare antenna that is housed on an external spare parts platform on the Port 3 truss of the International Space Station.
Both reels are unlocked.
So with the failed antenna tied down, future meetings are to be conducted to determine the next set of priorities for the upcoming spacewalk that is planned for next Tuesday.
Direct to the APSR, then remove it.
That'll be the third spacewalk of the month of August, the third to be conducted in a 19-day period. We are expecting a couple of get-aheads for the crew as they make their way back to the Quest airlock, the swabbing of surfaces on the outside of the station to collect microorganism data, and an exchange of portable foot restraints out near the Quest airlock.
Nice for both of you on the cleanup steps, and just letting you know we're about 5 hours and 20 minutes into the EVA. Go ahead, Sophie.
Copy, 5 hours, 20 minutes. So the last VTV buckle is covered with amina and 3 helps with the wire tie.
We see that config. Beautiful. So at this time, you could move up to the medium ORU bag, and we'll start cleaning that up.
Okay.
So the bottom line of today's spacewalk is that Menon and Adeno were able to remove the failed space-to-ground antenna. It is in a safe configuration in what is called the long-duration tie-down configuration with tethers on the truss of the station. However, as occurs from time to time during these spacewalks, there were bolts and electrical connectors that proved to be more bulky than had been planned. So it took longer than expected to undo those bolts and remove the electrical connectors to demate them so that the failed antenna could be removed from its boom on the Z1 truss. The net effect, we ran out of time, and so the spare antenna will remain on its stowage platform on the P3 or Port 3 truss. It will be addressed on a future spacewalk. There will be some meetings by program officials to determine a set of priorities for the next spacewalk that is targeted for next Tuesday.
And yes, we will take pictures of that angle of the stow. Thanks.
Copy. And the excess strap of the forward LDTV, I was not able to put it inside the MLI of the buckle because it was under the agate handle and would have required a whole reconfiguration. So I don't know if you're okay with that plan, but I just put it under another agate handle so that it doesn't fly around.
Okay, that is a good config. We're happy with that. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, APFR cleanup complete on the BRT. I think I would be go for the back off.
Okay, we agree. If you just give one
We
more
copy.
scan
We'll
to
get
make
set up for
sure,
that.
and I'll pass you off to Jessica.
Okay. Nighttime is not the best time to do the pictures, but I did my best.
Now starting motion in 3, 2, 1 with the arm coming station forward away from you.
Copy, starting motion.
And just a clarification, I close the bag with everything in it, I do the HECA scan, and then I put it on my BRT, is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, we're happy with that. So you can put that on your BRT.
Okay. For
And we can see your scan. So yes. So if you just want to go through everything that's in the bag and show it to us, we will write it down.
Okay, inventory metal segment with a scoop on it, the ratchet wrench, leaves out the palm wheel, and coming soon, the heat shield, which I need to protect as well.
That's a good inventory, so you can pack that one up and get it on your BRT.
Okay.
and I'm at the Fort Cedar.
Copy. You'll be showing that in WIF 3 and setting it to low profile, and I have recommended settings.
Okay. Go for settings.
Copy. It is 6 Papa Papa Fox 6. 6 Papa Papa Fox 6. And that's that top left WIF.
6 Papa Papa Fox 6. I'm at the top left WIF.
Copy. And big thing too is we want to make sure that the ingress aid is low profile and won't move, so it's tightened up there. And then we'll just get your words on making sure that it's clear of the MT and the POA.
Copy all.
And for Sophie, once you have that packed up, we're going to have you put that on your BRT, and we'll have you start heading toward the airlock.
Copy airlock.
Big picture for both of you as you're working your tasks. Sophie, we see you working the bag, and Neil, we see you working the APFR. When we're done, we're going to have Anil head down to ESP2, and pick up the APFR that you previously gave us the inspection on, and we're going to have you relocate that to Z1. And for Sophie, you're going to grab that medium ORU bag, and you'll be heading back to the airlock. And we don't have any further tasks, so you can take your time and enjoy the view while you do that.
Copy, working on the bag and airlock.
And can you repeat those APFR settings again?
Yes, 6 Papa Papa Fox 6. 6 Papa Papa Fox 6.
Copy, 6 Papa Papa Fox 6.
And for a picture in your mind, the boot plate should be kind of facing toward the MT.
This is Mission Control Houston, now 5 hours, 31 minutes into today's spacewalk. Sophie Adeno is cleaning up her part of the spacewalk paraphernalia that she has operated with throughout the course of today's excursion outside of the Quest airlock. Anil Menon will relocate an articulating portable foot restraint from one of the stowage platforms right outside of the Quest airlock to the Z1 truss nearby, and will join Adeno back in the airlock. We will not pursue a get-ahead task involving ISS microorganism swabs today. That'll be deferred to another day. Once again, the spacewalk today highlighted by the removal of a failed space-to-ground communications antenna that provided high data rate communications through NASA's Tracking and Data Relay satellite system. It has been tied down in a safe configuration known as a long-duration tie-down with a number of tethers on the truss of the station, but time ran out, not permitting the removal and installation of a spare space-to-ground antenna to provide redundancy for the high data rate communications capability on the International Space Station. That work is going to be deferred to an upcoming spacewalk, although the priorities for the next spacewalk targeted for next Tuesday and then other spacewalks to follow have yet to be determined by program management and the flight controllers.
Okay, 6, Papa, Foxtrot 6, X, and Whisk 3, locking collar, black on black, good pull and twist test, and it does look low profile. I'm sure you can see it in the HECA.
Copy. That's a good config. So this time you can move back to retrieve your crew lock bag, and you'll go down toward the airlock. You can drop your crew lock bag off and then pick up the APFR.
Hey, going for crew lock, then APFR.
And for Anil and Sophie, you guys are both kind of headed back toward the airlock with a bag. You guys can work out the choreography yourself, but if so, Anil, when you get down there, if you want to attempt stow the bag, and then Sophie can put both bags into the airlock while you relocate the APFR, that may work.
That looks like a great idea. If the timing works out.
All right, both looking good. Anil, it looks like you've got that crew lock bag out at the NTA, and Sophie, it looks like you're about to grab the medium ORU bag as well. How are you guys feeling?
Yeah, it is on my VRT. I'm about to do a final check before heading back to the airlock.
Okay, copy. And for future reference, as you go down, if you want to give us any words on the forward or the aft translation paths, I know there was a lot of discussion as we were planning the CVA because we haven't had a lot of people do it. So if you have any thoughts on your way down, we'd take them.
All right, let me wait before, and I'll give you the information.
On the seat of spur.
Cop on the seat of spur.
And the suggestion was I temp stow the bag, Sophie puts them away, and I head out to the APFR.
And Anil, can you tell us where you temp stowed that?
Oh, it was a question. Well, the question was, were you suggesting Sophie, I temp stow it on the circular handrail or ring, and then Sophie puts them inside the airlock, and then I head to the APFR, or we both temp stow?
Yes,
outside
that was,
the airlock.
if that works for you guys, you can temp stow the crew lock bag right there at the circular handrail or somewhere in that area, and then go forward on ESP2. Sophie has just headed that way with the medium ORU bag, and she can stow both bags inside of the airlock.
Sophie, are you good with that plan?
Yeah. I have a little done sleep right now because I'm working on my translation. But
it's okay. Anne can repeat it when you get here.
Yeah.
And Sophie, you came down the forward side of Z1, is that correct?
Yes. because the antenna was on the aft side, and so now I'm still working on it.
Okay, yeah, so you'll come down, yeah, as you get down to the bottom there, you'll see 6024 and then WIF 9, and at that point you can either kind of reach over to the high pressure gas tanks, or you can go more zenith and you'll see handrail 6005 and you can get the high pressure gas tanks from there.
Yeah, I have 6024 in hand. Just
Okay.
this ORU bag is a giant thing.
Yeah, so from 6042, getting down to 6052, you can either go, or sorry, you said 6024. So from there you can kind of go starboard to the gas tank, or if you go down nadir to 6005, then it's a little bit of a shorter reach over to the gas tanks.
Yeah, I'm trying that.
And the crew lock brake temp stowed forward part of the circular handrail.
Copy temp stow. So you are going to translate to ESP2 F4, which is the one that you passed before, that's on the most starboard side of the forward side of ESP2.
Okay.
And Sophie, that part you're in right now is
Okay.
is
I'm
one of
gonna
the
go back
trickier parts.
out. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go back out.
Okay. If you want to go back up to
the aft side.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to go right back up, you'll go up, you'll hit 6039, and then on the triangle on the forward side is handrail 6041, and then from there it's where you were before. And if you get into position kind of almost where you were in the handoff, from the aft side of that triangle over to the handrail that's below the trunnion pin is a pretty close reach. Yep, nicely done. So from the...
I'm over the triangle, just
Yeah, so that, in your left hand is 6040. If you reach from that down below the trunnion pin, you'll see handrail 6003, and that'll take you right down the aft path.
Yeah, just need to take a second to put my tethers in front of my feet.
Good call, slow and careful.
Oh, actually, they're good. Okay, mindful also about the antenna.
Yep, nicely done. You'll go 6003, 2, 1, and then you'll be able to reach across.
Yeah. This antenna, it's between the antenna and the satellite, it's kind of tight here, but
yeah,
it can work.
That's super helpful information to see that forward path. We'll take your words on that tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is Mission Control Houston, 5 hours and 47 minutes into today's spacewalk. Neil Menon and Sophie Adno are making their way back toward the Quest airlock. The work all but complete for the day, except for some cleanup work that the two spacewalkers are involved in. The failed space-to-ground antenna, the SCANT-2, was removed from its boom on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station and tied down in what is known as a long-duration tie-down with tethers by the Z1 truss where it resided. However, time ran out on the clock that would have enabled the two spacewalkers to retrieve a spare space-to-ground antenna from a stowage platform out on the port side of the truss structure of the International Space Station to install it on the now empty boom that the failed antenna occupied for all the years that it provided its service. So that work will be deferred to another spacewalk We will determine through a series of meetings what the priorities are for dispositioning the completion of the space-to-ground antenna spare installation. It will be conducted, it's just a matter of when, and other work yet to be determined in the next spacewalk that is tentatively scheduled and actually targeted for next Tuesday, August 25th.
Boxes. And I see your tethers, Anil.
This was the second spacewalk for Anil Menon. He ventured outside back on August 6th with Jessica Meir to complete the construction of the bracket platform upon which the final IROSA or ISS rollout solar array will be installed after it is delivered to the space station later this year on a SpaceX resupply mission.
Yeah, I remember that from the...
So Menon is in the home stretch of the second spacewalk of his career. This was the first spacewalk for Sophie Adano of the European Space Agency, the first spacewalk by a French woman in history. And again, the determination of the priorities for the upcoming targeted spacewalk for next Tuesday, along with determining when we will complete the installation of the spare space-to-ground antenna, which we could not get to today when time ran out. The two spacewalkers simply ran into a longer than expected amount of work to disconnect electrical connectors and to remove bolts holding the failed space-to-ground antenna in place. So as we approach the 6-hour mark in the spacewalk, the two spacewalkers soon will be making their way back inside the Quest airlock. You see them right there at the hatchway to Quest. They will close the hatch, and the end of the spacewalk will be officially marked with its elapsed time at the point that the repressurization of the spacewalk of the Quest airlock begins.
Anil, question for you when you came off the port seat cart. Did you happen to tap the brake pedals?
I did not.
Copy.
I'm
So
sorry, I thought about it, but I thought...
That's okay, that's on us. That's on us. But we might have bought you a free translation to the port seat cart and back. So after you stow the APFR, we will have you go tap that twice, please.
Hey, win for me.
Anil, your tethers look good. And it's not in my way, so opening the thermal hatch now.
Okay, sounds good. I'm heading down.
Thermal cover, sorry.
So once again, to recap, the failed space-to-ground antenna was removed, albeit with a longer period of time to disconnect electrical connectors and remove bolts holding the failed antenna in place on the Z1 truss. It is now in a safe configuration, securely tied down to the truss on the International Space Station. Ultimately, it will be moved to the external stowage platform number 3 on the port truss of the International Space Station. That slot is currently occupied by the spare space-to-ground antenna that was first delivered to the International Space Station on the STS-127 mission in the summer of 2009. Time ran out for the two spacewalkers to be able to accomplish that task today. It will be deferred to a future spacewalk. The next spacewalk is scheduled for next Tuesday, August 25th. Whether or not the space-to-ground antenna installation of the spare makes it to that spacewalk next Tuesday or not is going to be the subject of some discussions over the next several hours.
With 11, I'm going to just get situated, and then I'll be ready for those settings.
Copy. And Sophie, you are go to open the thermal cover when you need to.
Yeah, I just verbalized it. Did you get it? Like, it was
yes.
like 5
Yes,
minutes
we
ago?
see that now. Yep.
Okay, great news. And then you'll see your tethers. Yeah. Now you're going aft.
Okay, ready for those settings, Ann?
Your settings are 12, Papa Papa, Fox 9. 12, Papa Papa, Fox 9.
Oh, Papa Fox 9, got it.
All of the bags are bundled together and ready to my BRT rep.
Okay, we copy the bags are ready together, and you'll go to transfer those in the airlock.
Uh-huh. I'm going to read my load path to station. Right. Base tether is small hook gate close lock back on black. Large hook gate close lock back on black. On the airlock waist tether, gate close lock black on black for the big hook, and small hook gate close lock black on black as well. So I have a good load path to station, and I'm retrieving my local from the and going back in.
Okay, we concur that that is a good load path.
Hey,
And
12
before,
Papa Fox,
copy 12 Papa Papa, Fox 9.
twist, not suppressible, black and color, black on black.
Copy, good calls. You are go to translate to the port seat occurred, and Sophie, we see you about to get in the airlock. You might want to pause there and take a view. It's going to be a little bit before you're back. But nicely done.
Beautiful.
Okay, Ed and Neil, before you start your translation, we'll take a glove and a hap check, and then we'll send you back out there.
Anything I can help with, Anil?
Oh, I'm in a good spot. Right glove, right index finger has a few small marks, and looks nominal.
And copy for Neil, thanks.
And for drive, some pretty small, some small dark spots the image, not bigger than a fingernail. And there's also another on the left thumb. Really, just.
Okay, we copy, Sophie. Your comms are coming in a little bit broken, so we didn't quite catch that.
Copy. Some for the gloves, thing I can observe is dark markings on the fingertips of both hands.
Okay, we copy, thank you.
You're welcome.
Right, and I'm headed to the feeder cart.
Copy, we appreciate your extra work and overtime today.
Oh, any day.
This is Mission Control Houston. We've just passed the 6-hour mark in today's spacewalk. Neil Menon and Sophie Adeno soon will be back inside the crew lock section of the 2-compartment Quest airlock. They will close the hatch behind them and begin the repressurization of the airlock to mark the end of today's spacewalk, highlighted by the removal of a failed space-to-ground communications antenna. Although time did not permit the installation of a spare that continues to reside on a spare parts platform on the port truss of the International Space Station, that work to be deferred to a future spacewalk.
I'm hitting the brakes on the outboard side, right? Inboard.
Yes, that pedal that's right in front of you, that's correct. 2 pumps a day keeps the myrrh away.
Pumped it.
Unfortunately, on this one, the myrrh won.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, unfortunately, go back and do it again.
We appreciate that.
I don't
so,
mind.
Neil, with that, you are going to return to the airlock, and Sophie, you're going to ingress the airlock.
Copy.
Once the airlock repressurization begins and we stop the clock, we'll give you the official time for the elapsed time of today's excursion and other statistics associated with today's spacewalk. We will continue our coverage through the time that the crew is back inside the airlock and has doffed its helmets.
And at the end of the feeder spur.
Copy. And Sophie has her good load pass into the airlock and bags in the airlock. So as you get down, once you get her go, you retrieve anchor hook.
Sure, bag 1 and 2 are in the airlock.
All right, Ann, I'm going to verbalize everything so I get this last part right, okay?
Copy. We'll take it. Let me know if you'd like any steps.
All right, my load pass is through forward anchor hook, so I believe Sophie's got a load pass the station, so I believe I'm go to take off the aft airlock D-ring, which is her anchor hook, EV2, and put that on my red reel.
Anil, we concur with that plan.
Hey, Sophie.
Yes, I concur. And I prepared all the bags really aft so that you can ingress. Sorry, really port.
All right, your anchor hook is on EV1's red reel, closed lock, black on black. Now I have a load pass through you, Sophie.
Yes.
So I'm going to pick up my anchor hook and put it on my NWS.
We concur.
Agree?
Yeah, concur.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and ingress now.
Copy. You go to ingress, and if you want an end effector on your thermal cover, you can.
I'm going to do the feet first ingress, and then come back for the thermal cover.
Okay, and I'm ready to guide your feet.
Okay, I'm going for the thermal cover here.
Mm-hmm.
Copy. You can close the airlock thermal cover, and we'll be attaching the integral strap to the magnetic plate D-ring and cinching until snug.
So the crew back inside the Quest airlock, closing the outer thermal cover.
And
That'll be followed by closing the hatch itself to the crew lock section of Quest.
My cover is closed. I'm in.
Mhm.
I'm going to do the strap now.
Mhm.
Okay, and once you have the strap cinched, we'll take the number of Sharpie lines visible, expecting 6.
Hey, the map is on and I'm pinching it.
Okay. I'm pulling your feet towards.
All right, 6 Sharpies.
Copy 6 Sharpies. You are both go to remove the SCU from the stowage pouches, remove your DCM cover, and connect your SCU to DCM and check locked.
Copy.
And Anil, if you could turn your HECA off, please.
Eka is off.
As you work your SCUs, just a note on the water that comes out of the SCUs, reminder that the station water is a little bit warmer than what your PLIS gives you, and so you may want to turn down your cooling to a higher number if you need it.
Copy. I leave mine at current setting.
Hey, EV1's SCU on.
EV2 SCU on. Connected.
Copy. SCU for EV1 and 2 are connected. We are in the pre-repress cue card. You can now switch your water to off OFF.
EV1, water is off.
EV2, where is that?
Copy. And we have a 2-minute wait here. Today definitely showed how well you guys can adapt. The strength of the plan is in the planning. And while we did a lot of things that were not on the nominal timeline, we did nothing today that we had not already planned for. Your ability to adapt and change to the plan is what made today successful. So thank you.
And if it's, for the team, we went into this with a mindset of we wanted it all to go perfectly, and I think that's a great winning attitude. Things were a lot different than expected, but I would say that what I'm really impressed with is that all of those contingencies were well thought out, and I heard those plans by the ground team, Sandy Fletcher, Chris Dobbins, Lucas, the whole team had thought through all those scenarios. And it just, I think that the success of today really rests to you all there and MCC and everyone who put in some work planning this, because you really thought through everything, and I felt like we always had a clear pathway ahead, and I had even heard that pathway and studied it, so thank you all for that, and I'm just so grateful to work with you all today. And Sophie, if you'd like to add anything, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, what a day. I concur with everything you said. I would say that my deepest gratitude goes to everyone who made this possible, pioneers who came before us, but also the incredible teams working behind the scenes today. In this preparation, like being ready for the unknown, took a whole amount of people to be able to think everything through. And in the end, although it was a lot of unknown and unplanned, in the end, everything was kind of rehearsed and prepared. So well done. I would like also to thank you, Anil, for not only being an awesome EV1, but also a great friend. Jessica, Jack, thank you for helping us getting ready, paying attention to every detail that counts for such a big adventure. And finally, to everyone in Houston who made today's EVA a success, thank you. Because yes, even if we had a lot of unplanned things, it is a success. We are safe and the hardware is safe. You make us fly, you keep us safe, and you make moments like this possible. And finally, a very special thank you to you, Anne. From the very beginning of the preparation to every minute of today's EVA, your calm voice was always there to guide us. You are simply outstanding, so thank you.
Anil, Sophie, Jack, and Jess, it's Dobbins. I just wanted to say really quick, great job today. I know that it wasn't necessarily the result we were hoping for in the morning, but I really appreciated your perseverance and resilience throughout the day. Thank you for being prepared for all of the next worst failures, since I feel like we dealt with all of them for the first half of this EVA, and appreciate you working as a team, both with each other, the four of you, and with us. Without that, SCANT would have been in a worse configuration than it is. We'll get back out there and finish this up sometime, hopefully before at least one of you comes home.
Okay, for Neil.
Thank you, Chris.
And you, Anil, you are go to close the hatch, verify that the outer hatch is clear of hardware, and the handle position is per the decal, and you can close and lock the hatch.
Handle position per decal.
With that, a round of congratulations from our two spacewalkers, Anil Menon and Sophie Adno. Menon wrapping up his second spacewalk in just 12 days. For Sophie Adno, the first French woman to walk in space, this was her first spacewalk of her career. And the lead flight director for this spacewalk, Chris Dobbins, acknowledging the work that the crew did out there, especially when the crew fell behind due to difficulty demating some of the electrical connectors on the failed space-to-ground antenna, and working with some of the bolts that were balky throughout the course of today's spacewalk. The failed antenna was removed, and it was left outside in what is called a long-duration tie-down configuration, safely on the truss in a good config. The work yet to be conducted will be the installation of a spare space-to-ground antenna that will be on an upcoming spacewalk that will restore full redundancy to the high data rate communications capability on the International Space Station.
Sometimes an end effector on that handrail helps.
Yeah, I thought maybe my arms were long enough to reach the hatch key, but I needed the anchor hook. In any case, the hatch is down.
Menon and Adno are in the process of configuring their suits. to airlock systems before the repressurization of the Quest airlock begins to mark the official end of today's spacewalk.
Ten seconds from a 20-second handover.
Right.
So we got S-band again. You can repeat it now.
Hatch is locked. The locking mechanism is in place.
Okay, I confirm, Houston confirms that the EV hatch is closed and locked. With that, I'll pass you off to the dream team of Jack and Jessica.
All right, it's great to have all of Expedition 75 back inside the hull of ISS again, and we just got a few minutes to get you guys at the same pressure. Sophie, if you're ready, on the UIA, check that the oxygen EMU 1 and 2 valves, two of them, are open.
Oxygen EMU 1 and 2 valves are open.
All right, take the power for EV1 and 2 switches, there's two of them, and take that to on, ON.
In work? Power EV1 and 2 on, ON. Good green LED.
The ON and two LEDs, can you verify the voltmeters on 1 and 2 for me?
18.8 and 18.6.
So that's great. EV1 and EV1 only, take your power switch to SCU, expect a warning tone.
EV1, pushing
1-2 contact.
got you. I'm on it.
Yeah.
It sounds good. EV2, you can now take your power switch to SCU.
EV2. Power to SCU.
Both EV1 and EV2 are on SCU power. All right, for both EV1 and EV2, take your O2 actuators to press.
Okay.
Or please verify on the DCM that it does say O2 position to press.
EV2 press.
The EV2 and press.
EV1, press.
All right, EV1 press, we copy both EV1 and 2 in press. Awesome. Anil, would you check that the EV hatch MPEV is in the closed position?
MPEV is closed.
All right, we are going to take the IV hatch equalization valve to start the repress. You guys should get an alert tone as we start.
And Anil, Houston, I'm acting as Capcom now. Can you verify your O2 actuator is in press?
Verifying. It was off a little bit. Yes, it's now in press.
Houston copies.
Jack, can you go down the right?
Going down the right.
This is Mission Control Houston. The repressurization of the Quest airlock is now underway. The official end time for today's spacewalk, 1:52 p.m. Central Time, 2:52 p.m. Eastern Time, giving us an elapsed time of 6 hours and 23 minutes for today's spacewalk. Again, today's spacewalk ending at 1:52 p.m. Central Time, 2:52 p.m. Eastern Time, for an elapsed time of 6 hours and 23 minutes. With the repressurization of Quest underway, we will now gather some additional statistics and have those for you momentarily.
Right, we're passing up through 2 PSI on our way to 5.
Copy.
We're passing through 3.5 PSI on our way to 5. You guys might get an alert tone at 4.
This is Mission Control Houston. The repressurization of the Quest airlock well underway. Approaching 5 pounds per square inch of pressure. It'll get up to about 14.7 psi, and that will then set the stage for the opening of the hatch, separating the crew lock, in which Anil Menon and Sophie Adeno are located, and the equipment lock, where you see Jack Hathaway. He'll be joined by Jessica Meir as they help the two spacewalkers out of their extravehicular mobility units. The spacewalk today was the 282nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly maintenance and upgrades, the 5th spacewalk out of the ISS this year, the 2nd for Expedition 75. This was the 2nd spacewalk for Anil Menon. He now has a total of 12 hours and 50 minutes of spacewalking time. For Sophie Adeno, this was the first spacewalk for her and the first spacewalk by a French woman, 6 hours and 23 minutes. The spacewalk, by the way, began at 7:29 a.m. Central Time, 8:29 a.m. Eastern Time, and ended just a few minutes ago at 1:52 p.m. Central, 2:52 p.m. Eastern Time. The 282 spacewalks in support of space station operations have now totaled 1,786 hours and 44 minutes. That is the equivalent of 74 days, 10 hours, and 44 minutes of spacewalking time. And we'll continue with our coverage through the time the crew is back inside the airlock and have doffed their helmets. The two spacewalkers removed a failed space-to-ground antenna from a boom on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station, but in doing so, ran behind the timeline because of some difficulty with electrical connectors and stubborn bolts. That resulted in the crew running out of time to be able to retrieve a spare space-to-ground antenna for its installation on the boom on the Z1 truss. So that other portion of today's major objective will be deferred to a future spacewalk.
Hey, welcome to 5 PSI. I've paused it, and we're going to pause for 2 minutes, allow the pressure stabilize before we do a 1-minute leak check.
Okay.
Copy.
And the repressurization of the Quest airlock paused momentarily at 5 pounds per square inch. It will resume shortly and bring the crew lock section back to equalization with the equipment lock.
Right, that's our 2 minutes. Pressure's holding at 258. We got 1 minute for the leak check. Right, that is our minute wait, and the pressure is held steady, so that's a good leak check.
All right.
EV1 and EV2, will you check your gloves? Heater switches are in off, OFF position.
One is off.
And 2 is off.
All right, copy. Glove heaters are off, OFF for EV1 and EV2. Next, check your gloves for any contamination. I know you guys gave a glove report earlier. Is there anything you guys are worried about?
Nothing worried about for EV1.
Nothing I'm worried about for EV2.
All right, copy. Sounds good. For step 9 into step 10, both EV1 and EV2, take your O2 actuators to IV.
Good work.
Good work.
One's an IV.
2 IV.
Great work, guys. I hear EV1 and EV2, O2 actuators, and IV. All right, next up, I'm going to take the equalization valve back up to start repressing, and we'll continue at the nice flow rate we've been at.
Thank you.
One copy.
And airlock Houston We just want to let you know that if there's any symptoms that the EV crew has, and as Anil and Sophie, as you repress, if there's anything that seems to resolve that could be considered a symptom, like a Cuff 1 symptom, upon repress, please report it to Jack and to us, and then we'll change actions going forward. But just wanted you to stay aware.
Copy all.
Okay.
Totally happy with this repress rate. If you guys are, just want to give you the heads up that it will be about 20, 25 minutes to get to stack pressure.
Okay. I think I'm happy with this rate. Sorry, Anil.
No problem. I don't have anywhere to go. I got 8 more months here.
I'm sure you would love to go outside again.
Nice.
The repressurization of the Quest airlock is continuing. This should take a few more minutes to complete, at which point the hatch between the crew lock, where the 2 spacewalkers are located just beyond that hatch, and the equipment lock will be open, and Menon and Adeno will be helped inside to their respective locations on either side of the equipment lock walls to be assisted with the removal of their helmets and gloves. The spacewalk ended at 1:52 p.m. Central, 2:52 p.m. Eastern Time, with an elapsed time of 6 hours and 23 minutes for today's spacewalk.